name's Pete, also known as FM Greeno, and welcome along to episode 2 of Holy Cow, my FM20 save following the fortunes of the Indian national football team under my management. So you may remember from the first episode, we started off our World Cup qualifying campaign with a 3-1 win away to Thailand, which is a very good result. Since then, things have been a little bit more mixed, but we're still doing okay, as you can see from the table. We're in second place in the group with 7 points from 3 games. Saudi, rightly probably, are looking the strongest team in our group. They've won all 3 of their games, and we'll have a little bit of a look at their squad in a minute just to see how it compares with the Indian team. But for now, let's go and have a little look at the schedule screen, and you can see how we've got to where we are now. So once we got back from Thailand, our first game was a home match against Hong Kong. And unfortunately, we couldn't win that game, which is really, really poor. We should have been a much stronger team than them, but we just couldn't convert our dominance into any goals. So we only came away from that game with a point. I thought that was disappointing until the very next game, where we took our squad across the Northern Mariana Islands. Now, admittedly, I did play the second 11 in this game, but still expected a very, very comfortable win. And if you take a look, it took a 90th minute equaliser for us to even scrape a draw out of the game. So I'm sure FM Lama and all of his cronies from the Northern Mariana Islands were dancing on the streets that night. Fortunately, that was only a friendly, so by the time we got to Sri Lanka, we got the first 11 back in and ran out 4-0 winners, so that was a very, very comfortable win for us. Of course, today we're up against Saudi, which is a completely different challenge, so let's go and have a little look at their squad and just get a flavour of what they're all about. So currently Saudi Arabia are ranked 68th in the world in the game. Now I think that's possibly a little low when you look at the quality available in their squad. Of course, the Saudi League is a very, very well funded league. Lots of oil money sloshing around and quite a lot of good foreigners brought in, which has helped bring up the standard of the local game. Now when you look at the value of their squad, you'll see the highest valued player in their team is valued at £3.9 million. Compare that to our team, where the highest valued player is around £38,000, and there's a bit of a disparity there, but you never know, anything can happen in football, can't it? So let's go and have a little look at the way we're set up for the game. Perhaps we're ready to cause a shock. So the team that we have out today is very, very similar to the one we put out against Thailand. Although the formation is a fairly cautious one. I think we have to accept that Saudi are going to have the most of the possession and are going to be looking to attack us most of the game. So I think what we have to try and do is to break up some of those attacks and counter-attack ourselves if we can. Now I mentioned that the team is mostly the same, but we do have one notable addition to the squad. I mentioned I was sending out scouts to look around the leagues to see if it was possible to pick up anyone that was not currently in the national pool. And they found this guy, Gurjinder Singh, in the Greek lower leagues. Now he's not a world beater by any stretch of the imagination, but he's certainly good enough to be part of the squad. He's potentially going to be moving back into the Indian leagues. So it would be good to have him a bit closer to home, and he's got a lot of potential, so I think he's definitely one that we're going to keep an eye on. Anyway, let's get into the game and see how we get on. So we're lined up for the national anthems. A nice little huddle before kick-off, and off we go. And we've had the first shot on target, and so far most of the possession, which is surprising. Oh, Dr. Singh has picked up a knock. I think we're probably going to have to have a look, see what it says. A thigh injury. Maybe we'll keep him out there a little longer. So it's a highlight for us with Dr. Singh. How bad's that thigh? Not that bad. He manages to get a cross into Chetri, who finishes at near post. And what a start to the game for us. 25 minutes in, and we're 1-0 up against Saudi Arabia. So a good ball down the line there from Becker. Singh, even with his injured thigh, manages to get to the byline, and a great low cross in for Chetri. Wow, I was not expecting that. So Saudi seem to be certainly coming into the game now. The possession they've got is 2/3 of the possession. They're creating more chances, but we've not seen a highlight from them yet. So that's good news. And we've got through to half-time with a 1-0 lead. So I think we're going to have to get into the dressing room, and it's going to have to take Udanta Singh off. So let's bring Susiraj on. He likes to sit a little deeper, really. So we'll allow him to do that. Might help us protect this lead a little more. We're going to get into a team talk. We're going to tell them that they're doing really, really well and send them back out for the second half. And hopefully more of the same. Not much happening so far in the second half, which I'm really happy with, to be honest with you. I think we might have to look at taking Thapar off. He's very, very tired already. So let's do that. I think Borges can come on for him there. No need to change anything tactically at this point, I don't think. We'll just keep soaking up their pressure. And only 15 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go now. No more highlights in the second half so far, which is really good news for us. How much stoppage time is there going to be? Just a couple of minutes. Can we hold out? There's a highlight, but it's us in possession currently. Karunian on the left. Bose knocks the ball. Oh dear, they've got the ball now. A long ball to where the left back had been, but easily covered by our defender. And back up to Karunian again. Are we going to build an attack? Borges, fresh legs on. Susiraj. Becker. Abdul Samad there. Borges has got the ball. Becker. We're passing it around nicely out to Susiraj. Good cross in. Karunian. Oh, he hits the post. And it goes wide. My goodness me. That would have been the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? But still, we've beaten Saudi Arabia 1-0. That's phenomenal. I really was expecting to get beat today. Wow. I just can't believe it. So that unexpectedly good result has actually put us top of the group. And that gives us a really good chance of qualifying for the next phase, I think. If we go and take a look at the schedule, we have a game against Thailand coming up in a few days. Of course, we've already beaten them away from home, so hopefully we can get a positive result at home. Then we got the Hong Kong and Sri Lanka games, but I think I'm going to bring you back for the final game of the group, another game against Saudi, away from home this time, which I think should be the game which will determine whether they or us actually finish top of the group, and then of course whether we can be one of the best second place teams, even if we don't top the group. So results like that obviously helping with our world ranking. We're up to 89th, and hopefully we keep pushing upwards. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. I think I have to say, holy cow, it was a good one. If you have enjoyed it, please consider dropping a like on there for me. If you'd like to subscribe and continue to see content like this, I'd be really grateful. The more of us there are, the merrier. But finally, thanks once again for watching. I hope to see you all again very soon in Riyadh for the Saudi game. Bye for now.